Hey Yam, I'm gonna try to do a webcam response. So I don't know, might not work out very well. But anyway, I wanted to respond to your comments on calmness, and let me scroll down to them. I don't think I'll watch myself. I think that would trip me out. You say I emotionally moderated myself starting a year and a half ago. And since then, my subconscious brain has followed suit. I totally know what you mean about, like, you make some sort of decision to adjust your thinking, and you can't fully be aware of the consequences. Um, I used to try to. Someone actually. I worked with a guy that would get angry, and he had rubber bands around his wrist, and he'd snap the rubber bands as a way to try. He was trying to condition himself to avoid being angry, but instead he was just adding that to his repertoire. He'd be angry and snapping his own wrist. Um, and so I used to have my mind go on a pathway that I just didn't want it to go on. I'd start to think about something I've thought about before, and it wasn't going to be helpful, and I'd go, stop it. I'd do that in my mind. Except one day I was walking along, and I said out loud, stop it. Um, and I was with people, and they're like, stop what? And I'm like, oh man, I can't believe that came out loud. So, yeah, it's like, you want to try to, I think, adjust the behavior you have, rather than, like, that guy's like trying not to be angry, or trying not to be too emotional or something like that. You want to work on the emotional bit, not try to work on something different that, like, puts a lid on that or something like that, I think. Um, though it also occurs to me from reading your comments that you lead a life of a lot of inputs. It seems to me, like, school and whatnot, your creative endeavors. So I would almost think that sometimes it would feel like you might go cold inside, only as a like sometimes when you get hurt and there's like this moment of, like, numbness. I almost think like your mind or your emotions or something like that would just kind of go numb after a while. Every once in a while, if you felt that things were getting just too much. Because even like simple social interactions, um, it could just sometimes seem like, oh really, do I have to jump through all these hoops again? Even like what you said about, like, someone does something nice for you, like, hey, thanks, I really appreciate that, but inside you're just feeling like, oh, I need to say that because it's appropriate to the social situation. Um, and I think that's why I try to get out in the woods as much as possible, is because I'm out there, and everything's fine. There's not a whole lot of waves and information coming on me. There's not these symbols smashing all around me. I go out in the woods and I'm never wrong. I never make mistakes. I mean, that's the thing. Is like, I'll start to walk down a trail and realize, wait, this is the wrong trail, and then I'll turn around and walk back and start walking on the right trail. But my mind doesn't think, oh gosh, you did something wrong. But you go to school or work or around family or friends or anything like that, and you start to grab this cup, and you're like, wait, that's so and so's cup, and then you grab your cup, and they're like, hey, you just try to grab my cup, and I'm like, yeah, I did just try to grab your cup, and I don't want it to be wrong. Oh, yeah. I mean, so I would suggest to you that perhaps it is just getting a lot of information. You're just getting a lot of input. I can't remember the famous author, but he talked about just feeling the waves from his wife in the next room, just smashing through the walls, and he just feeling like, I can't write with her making those waves. But he also, his rational mind knew that, was it Hemingway? I think it might be Hemingway. His rational mind knew that she was being absolutely quiet. He couldn't hear her. It's just that he knew she was there. It was just felt like a lot. So, yeah, so you say, be careful what you wish for. or what you ask of yourself. And you're absolutely right. Um, it's depending on what you focus on, and you should focus on what's happening and not how you'd like that not to happen. You don't want to put a lid on something. You want to deal. Now I'm watching myself. You want to deal with the contents, not make a lid. So I'll try to post this and see if it works. Anyway, actually, also Yam, I really appreciated playing Halo with you that one time. I wish I was online more to play games with people. Maybe someday in the future. But until then, I'll see you in the tubes.